Hello. Hello, hello. Can you hear me? Hello. Hi. Hello, hello. Hello. Mm. Hi. Hi, how? Okay, we're gonna start soon, okay? We're gonna start at 7. Hi. Really, you how? Why, he has been coming for the past few lives? Hi. Oh, only once. Yeah, maybe. We shall see today. Yeah, there is today. There is Kahoot today. Mm-mm. Okay, it's 7. I'm gonna start. Okay. All right. I just want to let you all know that we have a March holiday program. Okay, March holiday booster program. You can see the top. Okay, so basically for P4 to P6, I'll be conducting the P6 online March holiday program. Okay, and we also have physical classes for P6 for March holiday programs as well. Okay, can all right. So yes, okay. So I'm gonna start with today's worksheet, aka today TikTok live, and we'll be doing about reproduction in animals and plants. Okay, whose school already started on animals and plants already? I'm very sure definitely animals. Whose school already started on? I know some schools started on other topics first, right? They jumped the textbook. Yay! Oh, Jamel, you're actually done? Yeah. Some schools started like do different things first. Some schools starts on like cycles in water first. Some schools starts on electricity first. Like they like jump the topics in the textbook. Hi. Yeah, oh, the rest of you is reproduction, is it? Okay, then good. Hi. Okay, so we're gonna start, okay? All right. So today we'll be going through questions about reproduction in animals and plants. Okay. Oh yeah, certain school jump the textbook, like didn't follow the topics in the textbook. They jump topics. Yeah. Okay, so let's look at this one, the first one over here. Okay, for this one, it says that, okay, I'm gonna show you the question. Okay, so over here they says they're asking us to um they said that the flowers, okay, in science always highlight the important parts, okay, the important key points. Okay. You're not P5 also can, if you P6 also can join. Okay, so I'm gonna highlight. All right, so basically the flowers below shows the same type of flower and different parts were removed from them. Okay, so always take note of the important key points in science. Okay, read the question properly, highlight or underline the important points. Okay, and they're asking from which of the flowers, A, B, C, or D, will a fruit be able to develop? Okay, so now they said, I want the fruit to develop. So in order for a flower to become a fruit, what kind of parts must still be there? Oh, sushi monster, very good. Some of you sending in the answers already. Okay, what kind of parts? What kind of parts must be there? Okay, I seen someone say female parts. Okay, good. Any more? Stigma. Okay, stigma must be there. Can, not wrong. Okay, a lot of you say stigma, female. Good. And a lot of you send in the answer 3. Okay, so always remember, very good. All of you got your concepts correct. Okay, in order for the flower to develop into a fruit, it must have its female part. But why? Why don't it male part? Because what happens? I thought, but in order for the flower to become a fruit, right? It must go through 2 processes, right? It must go through what process? Can you remember? In order for in order for a flower to become a fruit, what are the two processes that the flower must go through? Good. Fertilization is the pot. Very good. Yes, it's pollination and fertilization, right? So the why male parts not needed? In order for pollination to occur, right? You must then how come you don't need the male parts? Any idea? Why doesn't the flower need the male parts? Yes, very good. Pollination and fertilization is correct. Okay. But in order for pollination to occur, why don't need the female part for this flower? Any idea? Cross pollination, yes, because the pollen grain doesn't necessarily means that it needs to come from this flower. It can come from another flower, right? Another flower, okay, and then the pollen grain is transferred from another flower to the stigma of this flower, okay, and then then pollination could have occurred, and fertilization can occur as well. Okay, very good. Okay, the important part is because the pollen grain can come from somewhere else, doesn't need to be this flower's pollen grain. Okay, Ken? All right, so basically, good. Okay, write down your notes. Okay, so for this one, remember, in order for fruits to develop, all right, it must have the female parts are still present. Okay, and what do we mean by present? Present means it's still there. And in order for the fruit to become to develop, okay, it needs to go through two processes, which is called pollination and fertilization. Okay, so the yes, must be of the same kind, definitely. Okay, so basically what happens is that you need to learn how to identify what are the parts, right? So this is actually the enter. I've seen a lot of you sending in the answers. Very good. Okay, this is our stigma. This is the ovary, and the dot inside are your ovules. Okay, so we also have a filament, but usually filament they not so crucial for the reproduction in plants. All right. So basically, what happens is that we don't need the enter in the filament. Okay. So A that have your missing female part, so cannot. It will not. Pollen. There's no stigma for the pollen grain to land on, so cannot become a fruit. Okay. This one it still have the female part, so it can develop into a fruit. C doesn't have any female part, cannot develop into a fruit. Okay, and D still have its female part, so it can develop into a fruit. So your answer for this question, yes, all of you got it correct. It is 3. Yeah, the style is also there. But usually they won't focus on the style because the style is just to transport the pollen grain down. Okay, Ken? Yes. Okay? Okay. Yes, a lot of you got it correct. Very good. Yes. Okay. Okay, let's move on. All right. So good. Okay, let's look at comparing male and female reproductive parts. Okay. Okay. So let's look at question 2. Question 2, they're asking you to study the diagrams below carefully. So which one of the following parts perform a similar function as part A? Okay, just cancel the additional S here. All right, so now we are focusing on part A. Okay, everybody. So let's look at part A. What exactly is part A? Can you all tell me what is part A? Oh no, the vaccination, is it? The injection. Yeah, it'll be very sore, right? Yeah, there will be. Every month, that we have one primary five science. We have one every month for each subject and level. Yes, we do have. Yes, very good. It's a test. It's not the ovary. Part A. Part A is this one. This is the male reproductive system, not the female one. All right. So this is the testis. This is the penis. All right. So let me write this one down first. Okay. This is testis. Okay. Does anyone know what is B? We just went through this. What is B? Just see whether you all know the concepts or not. Yes, B is called the stigma, not sigma. Okay, don't spell wrongly for me. Stigma with the T. Okay, and then what about C? Does anyone know what C? Enter. Very good. Okay, and what about D? Does anyone know what's D? Just now someone mentioned it during the previous question. D is the filament. And take note the D. Okay, I draw the line properly for you. D is pointing to that. Oh, it's the style. Yes, correct. Okay, what is E? Any idea? Ovary. Okay, yes, it's pointing to the outside. It never go inside. You see the red color one is pointing to the inside, but it's not. Okay, so okay, this would be the ovary. Can. Okay, so now can you remember what is the function of part A? Since you all know, like, wow, that is a testis, right? So what is the function of the testis? What's the function? Oh no, they must in the middle. Inside the ovules means inside the ovules. Inside is the ovules. Very good. Yes, inside. In the middle is the ovule. Can you remember? Produce what? Okay, it's produce sperm, produce the male reproductive cells. Very good. Yes, correct. Okay, so take note. Part A, it produces male reproductive cells. Okay. Okay, okay, very good. All right. So okay, so what's your answer? Which part B, C, D, or E produces male reproductive cells for the plant? Okay, send in your answer. Very good. Thank you for all your answers, everybody. You got it. Okay, okay. I see male, 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 male reproductive cell, not the female one. I seen a lot of twos. Okay, yes, the correct answer is two. The enter produces the male reproductive cell. Those of you who choose E is the ovary. The ovary produces the female reproductive cell called the ovules, which is inside the ovules. Okay? Okay? Alright, so for this is the answer is supposed to be the enter, which is C, number two. Hey, very good. Okay, very good. Okay, so let's move on to question three. Okay, question three, they say that a flowering plant goes through processes. So fast are you answering? Anyway, how are your Chinese New Year? Do you have fun? Do you have fun? No, no. Oh, I know. Hey, you you how? You so fast already say no. You're not the one giving red packet and you say no. Ah. Your receiving should be happy, right? I should be the one saying no. It's so funny. I should be the one saying no. I should be the one saying, oh no, I need to give. And there's a big hole in my pocket already. Wow, enjoy your gathering, Sushi Monster. Okay, yes. Very happy. Oh yeah, because P5 already, right? You had to study to prepare yourself. A lot of schools were saying that I'm very sure a lot of schools does this. P5 means you need to prepare for PSLE already. Right? They're preparing you all for PSLE next year. Yeah, got money is better than no money. Got money better than you give money. Okay. All right, let's look at question three, okay? We move on first. Wow. You like that say one Jamel. You cannot say that to your parents, eh? Later you are the one there. Black eye. Okay, let's look at question three. Question three, a lot of you said four, right? Okay, so over here, okay, take note. A flowering plant goes through processes. Most of you got it correct, okay? Goes through processes A, B, and C in the life cycle as shown in the diagram below. And they purposely tell you this clue that B takes place before process C. Which of the following correctly represents the different processes? Okay, so always remember. Okay, can anyone tell? Okay, so process A. A lot of you say four, right? Okay, process A is germination. Okay, do you all know what is germination? Is when the what? What exactly is germination? A lot of you say germination, but I want to know that. I want to see whether you know what exactly it means. Gabriel? Okay, I try to remember, okay, because a lot of people here. Yes, it's when the seed becomes a young plant. Very good. So that's why it is here, this process, seed to young plant, right? And then when the young plant starts growing further, it will be changed, you'll become an adult plant with flowers. Okay, the moment you see that there's flowers, the two processes can take place. Okay. Wow, you all say so many, you see the details of germination. You don't need the details of germination. Don't need the step by step. Just tell me that germination is when the seed becomes a young plant. Okay, so very good. And you always remember, in order for flowers to become a fruit. Okay, how come? Okay, take note. Okay, by right, there are three processes here. Do you all know what are the three processes here? By right, there's supposed to be three. We have pollination, fertilization. They cannot magically become a seed, right? It must have what first? After that, there's additional one more actually. Do you all know what is it? Do you know what's the additional one more process that must happen here before it reaches the seed part? Yes, seed dispersal. Very good. Okay, so the seed needs to be dispersed, then the seed can germinate into a young plant. All right, so there's actually another process here, but no seed dispersal here, so you don't need to worry. Okay, I just want to tell you all so you all will know, you all are aware. Okay, so very good. So process B would be pollination, and C would be fertilization. Okay, because B comes before C. So your answer for this is supposed to be number 4. Very good. Most of you got it correct. Thank you for all your answers. Yes, got Kahoot today. Good job. Okay, so maybe just write down here that there is additional like process, okay, called seed dispersal as well. Before the seed can even germinate, the seed needs to be dispersed further away from the parent plant. Okay, very good. Hi. Okay, very good. A lot of you got it correct. So, all right, let's look at section B now. Okay, heard what? Okay, so let's look at question 4. Okay, question 4, they say that the diagram shows fruit A. Okay, we have fruit A, and question A is asking us to state the method of dispersal for the seed of A. So, what do you think is the method of dispersal for the seeds of A? Animals. Okay, a lot of you said animal dispersal. Okay, a lot of Win, Steve hair, Take note, this is Steve. Steve means very hard hair. It's not hair-like structure. It's a bit different. Be careful, be careful. There's a difference between Steve hair and hair-like structure. Steve hair is hard, very hard to bend in the first place as well. Okay, this one have hook-like structure. Yes, it does look like a hook as well. It have both Steve hair and hook-like structure. Okay, can? Yes. So good. So this one you can see that it looks like a hook as well. Very good. So but please write down a note that Steve hair is different. It's not the hair-like structure or feathery-like structure for wind dispersal. Okay, it's different. Okay, hair-like structure is the very thin. Okay, hair-like structure are usually thinner, softer, looks like they can bend. All right, but Steve hair, no, Steve hair cannot. So Steve hair is more of like animal dispersal. Okay, can? All right, so very good. The correct answer is animal dispersal. It is dispersed by animals. Okay, like rambutan. Yes, it's like rambutan. Rambutan is also dispersed by animals? Yes, why water is fibrous husk. You're not wrong. Hi. Okay. Water. This is not water. Water is fibrous husk. Or okay, water needs to have fibrous husk or waterproof covering. Okay, can. Okay, then let me ask you. Just to test you. Oh, what kind? Can you tell me if the object has wing-like structure? What method of dispersal is it? Wing-like structure. Good. Yes, very good. Fantastic. Y'all can remember. Wind, right? Very good. Okay, then let me ask you, what about pod-like structure? Yes, Sushi Monster, you're correct. Pod-like structure. Carrie, why you say, huh? Are you okay? Do you learn this? Have you learned reproduction in plants? Pod-like structure is splitting or explosive action. Very good. Carrie, you haven't learned reproduction in plants, is it? Very good. The rest of you splitting explosive action. Okay, let me test your. Um, what about fleshy fruits? Fleshy fruits. Fleshy, juicy fruits. Fleshy, juicy fruits. Not water. Fleshy, juicy fruits. Yes, fleshy, juicy fruits is dispersal by animals. Very good. Okay, so good. You all got the idea there. You all have your concepts there. Okay, let's look at B. Okay, so B, right? What are they asking us for B? Yeah, good job. Okay. Yes. Okay, so let's look at this one. Okay, they are asking us to describe how the seed of A can be dispersed over a wide area. Okay, so now every time in science, right, they ask you describe, right? Describe. What that exactly does it mean by describe? Describe means you need to tell me step by step how does these characteristics work. Okay, so step by step, okay, you need to know that what. Okay, so first thing you need to tell me is about the function of this characteristic. You already say that it's stiff hair. It looks like a hook, right? So if it looks like a hook, it has hook-like structure, what can it do when does the animal eat this? They say animal dispersal, right? There are three ways that animal can disperse the seed. Does the animal eat this fruit? Ah, no, don't Laura, no. This one no, this one cannot. It's hook. Hook is like a curve, right? I don't. The animal swallow, I think it will damage their like gullet. So no. For this one, no. Okay, I think some of you are a bit more confused, right? Some of you I can tell still not so sure. Okay, so must remember animal dispersal. I write down at the corner. Okay, there are three ways. Okay, the animal can disperse. I write down here. Okay, animal dispersal. Okay, there are three ways. Number one is eat and throw the seed. That means you have juicy, fleshy fruit, right? They eat the flesh. Then after that, the seed, right, is too big. They throw it away. They didn't even swallow the seed. Okay. Second one is number two. They eat and swallow the seed. Okay. Then what about the third one? Yes, when the animal move around, they will scatter the seed. Okay. Okay, so the third one would be they hook onto the fur or the hair of the animal. Then when the animal walks, okay, it will slowly loosen up and it'll drop off. Okay, so these are the three ways. So which one do you think it is for this one? Is it number one, number two, or number three? What do you think? Which way does this hook-like structure use? Which method of animal dispersal? Animal dispersal, there are three different ways. Okay, a lot of you say three. Very good. So we need to describe the third one. Okay, so very good. It is three. It is three. Good. Because of the hook-like structure. Can you imagine this hook entering your throat? Do you think it's very painful? It will be quite painful for the bird also. Okay, can? Okay. So now let's look at this, okay? Okay. Sorry? Yeah, correct. So let's write this one down, okay? So you must say, what does the stiff hair do? You must mention the characteristics. So you must say the stiff hairs of the fruit. Okay, describe what the stiff hair do first. Will cling or hook also can onto the body of the body covering of animals. Okay, and after that, what happens? You cannot just say it hooks, then the end. But how does it get dispersed over a wide area? Okay, you must say, okay, so you must say that the seeds will eventually drop off as the animals move to other locations or other places. Okay, can? Yes, very good. So that's the second, that's the second thing you need to say. Okay, so okay, we say cling onto the body covering of animals. Okay, that brush against it. And the seeds will drop off as they move to other places. Okay, I'm gonna highlight the key things. Okay, I'm gonna please take note. Stiff hairs, cling onto body covering, seeds will drop off. Okay, as the animals move. Loosen also can. This one not CER. This is not explanation question. This is just describe. So it's just step by step. DSL is describe. DSL is the same as CER. Just that we use different names for it. Different school use different names for it. Yeah, but this one is not explanation question. So it's just when they ask you to describe me step by step. Okay? Yeah. These are not explanation, just this. This I highlight describe. Okay, can? Mm. DSL or CER is for explanation question. Which is this one. Explain why. This one, but this one don't need three step. This one two step is good enough. Two. Don't need DSL, just DS or ER is good enough. Okay, so let's look at part C. Okay, you're okay? Part C. Okay, do y'all know why or not? Yay, that's good. Okay, why must a seed be dispersed over a wide area? Basically asking you, okay, everybody, the moment your school teacher or a school exam paper asks you, why is seed dispersal important? Why must the seed be scattered further away from the parent plant? Why must what is the advantage of the seed being dispersed away, dispersed over a wide area? Okay, as long as it's about seed dispersal, and they ask you to explain why. Okay, a lot of you are sending in your answer to me. A lot of you got the idea there. Yes, got it correct. Okay, so but we usually say reduce overcrowding first. Try not to say prevent. Prevent means like stop. We cannot entirely stop, but we can reduce the chance of overcrowding. Okay, that means lower chance. Okay, like splitting. Splitting is still quite near each other, right? So we can only reduce. We try not to use the word prevent. Some school teachers very strict. Okay, can? All right. So basically, firstly, remember these two keyword, overcrowding and competition. These two must remember. Okay, so everybody, when this is an explanation question, okay, but this is not an experiment. So if it's not an experiment, they only show you a diagram. You just need to answer using two steps. Okay? Okay? Prevent. Yeah, certain school teachers a bit different, right? Some schools say cannot, some schools say can. Okay, so follow whatever your school teacher prefer. Okay, yes, a lot of you send in the correct answers. Yes, so okay, so explanation, two-step answering technique, D, describe, and S. Okay, so describe what is dispersal first. What does it do? Okay, what's the function of dispersal? The function is to reduce overcrowding. So then your science concept will be how does it help the plant when you have lesser overcrowding? Okay, which is your competition. Okay, so over here, two steps. Let me write down the notes, okay? Describe, talk about overcrowding. We want to reduce overcrowding. And then your science concept, okay? Competition. Why you want to reduce overcrowding? So that there will be lesser competition, reducing competition for four things. What are the four things? A lot of you send in already. Very good. Don't okay, everybody. A lot of students like to say air. They don't need to fight for air. Air is all around them. The leaves will never block the air. Okay, can because air is all around. Okay, so the leaves will never block the air, but the leaves will start to block when they are very close to each other. The leaves will start to block each other from getting sunlight. Okay, so the sunlight they have to compete for it, not air. The roots underground will have to compete, have to fight for water. Okay, so take note, air is not one of them. I know living things need air, food, and water, but air is not one of them. Okay, because air is all around. So it's light. Okay, don't say compete for food because plants do not take food directly. They make their own food. Okay, can so the light is sort of the food. Okay, to make food. So light compete for four things. Light, water, mineral salts, and space. Okay, can they might die if they did not get enough of one of the particular thing, especially sunlight or water. Okay, there's a higher chance of them dying if they are very near each other. Okay, but if they never die, they'll be unhealthy. That means they'll be very skinny. Okay, can all right. So I'm gonna write this one down. Okay, so please remember the four things that the plant will compete for. Okay, so I'm gonna write this one down. So remember that. Okay, to reduce or prevent. Okay, but I seen more schools teachers saying use to reduce. Okay, to reduce overcrowding. Okay, and second thing, science concept, reduce competition for sunlight, water, mineral salts, and space. Okay, I'm going to highlight the key things. Reduce overcrowding, reduce competition, these four things. Yes, but different school teachers prefer different words. But most of the school teachers prefer reduce. That's why I use the word reduce. You finally finished English homework. Wow. Yes, a lot of you wrote in the correct answer. Very good. Fantastic, all of you. Like you, how, Grace. Thank you. Why? Who is they? They agree also. Okay, can? Why? Up to your school preference. Yeah, it's fine. Because certain school teachers a bit more stricter. They don't accept minerals as well. Yeah. Yeah, you see? CYY say his school say cannot. It's different school, different. But I follow the textbook. Textbook wrote mineral salt. So the safest is just follow the textbook. Textbook wrote mineral salts. Okay. Yeah, but some it's optional, but if you write, they cannot mark you wrong also. Sushi monster. But some teachers still want the students to write. That's why we write. It's not wrong, so you still can write to avoid losing marks. Okay? Yeah. Okay, can? Yeah, that's why different school teacher like prefer different things. Alright, so I try to write the one that the chances of you losing mark is the lowest. I will write the answer down. Okay. Okay, because some school teachers, if I never write mineral salt, some school teacher will say wrong, will minus marks. Okay, so I'll just write the safest answer. Okay. Okay, can? Everyone okay? Okay, good. Let's move on. Oh, Yu Hao, she's just telling you like the way to remember. Superman, Superwoman. The S, the super means sunlight. The M, the man means mineral salt. The space means super, and then the water means woman. It's like I think it's the way that like her teacher tell her how to remember, teach the class how to remember. Okay. Hi, Rachel. Okay, let's look at this one. Yeah, different school. Yeah, also funny. Thank you. Yeah, a lot different school actually teach different ways like of remembering. Okay, and the most important thing is you remember can already. Just choose the one that you can remember the best. The way that the method that you can remember the best. Okay, let's look at question 5. Okay, question 5, right? It says here that the diagram below shows a wind pollinated flower. Okay, they already tell you that it's wind pollinated and it have both male and female parts. And then they ask you, okay, they say that part II, which is this one over here, okay, has a feathery structure. Okay, identify the male and female parts of flower X labeled I and II. So can you identify for me? Any idea what is this one over here? Do you know what is this one? The first one? The part I is feathery. Is this one? Is the feathery structure. They give you a clue about part II already. Okay, the first one is enter. Very good. A lot of you got it correct. Yes, it's enter. Then what about that feathery structure? Ah, number one is stigma. No. Number one not stigma, okay? This one is enter. Why this one is enter? Because they tell you the clue for part two. Part two is feathery. It's different. It's two different parts of the flower. There's no such thing as feathery enter. Yes, it's feathery stigma. Very good. All of you got it correct. Okay? So part two is actually the stigma. Okay? Very good. All right. So you all got the idea. Good. Style. How come got style? No. They said feathery structure. Style, no feathery. There's no feathery style also. Okay? Style is the one that is in between the stigma and the ovary. Okay, so no feathery style. Okay. It's either feathery or sticky stigma. Yes, correct. Sticky stigma is for okay, just nice. Since someone mentions sticky stigma. Sticky stigma is for which method of pollination? Sticky stigma is for which method of pollination? Animals, very good. You see, feathery is for wind, pollinated flower. Okay? Alright, so good. So let's look at the next part. Okay, insect or animals is fine. Yeah, different school teach different thing again. Some schools teach insect pollinated, some schools teach animal pollinated. Yeah, it's the same. Both is correct. Okay. During PSLE, both is fine. Alright. Yes. Chicken tiger also can. If their body brush against the flower, they can help to pollinate, no problem. Okay. So let's look at this one. Bee can. Okay. So let's look at this one, okay? So over here, okay, we need to see that, okay, when the male parts of flower X are removed, the flower could grow into a fruit. Explain why this happened. Okay, so now, okay, so wow, what chicken banana? Why so funny? Okay, so they already say male parts are removed, right? The flower has already been pollinated. That is one possible answer. Okay, yes. How do you know that? Okay, yes, that's one possible answer whereby it has already been pollinated. Correct. Okay, so basically what happens is that, okay, or you could also say that, oh, yes, yes, pollinated already. Very good. Okay, so yes, you got the idea there. So basically, the part X, right? The male parts were removed and it can become a fruit. And can you tell me again, every time the question asks you to explain how come the flower can become a fruit, other than pollination, what is the other one you need to say? What's another function, process that you need to say? Fertilization, very good. Yes, correct. So you need to definitely have to mention two processes. Okay, so explanation question. This is a two-step answering technique. Okay, two steps. What are the two steps? Okay, describe and science concept, or which is your evidence or reasoning. Okay, your ER. So let's describe. Describe first. What happened? Why still can become a fruit? Talk about the transfer of pollen grains. Okay, you can say that the pollen grain was transferred from the anther to the stigma before the male parts were removed. Okay, can before it happened, okay, there is already a transfer of pollen grain. That's one possible answer. Okay, then after that, your science concept. Okay, talk about the process allowing pollination to occur. Okay, and the flower can undergo fertilization. Okay, so the what can you tell me what can develop? The pollen grain from other plant also can. You can say that the pollen grain from other plant has been transferred to has been transferred by the wind from the anther to the stigma. Must okay, always remember, okay, every time you want to explain about pollination, you all must mention from anther to the stigma. Okay, if you all never mention that transferred, three keywords: transferred, enter, stigma. Any keywords missing, strict teachers will mark you all wrong. Okay, can? Okay? Jamel, because animal pollination, they seldom have open-ended. But we have animal pollination here. Animal reproduction. Is usually comparing with plants. Usually. Because animal is too straightforward already. Plants are more complicated. So during exam, right, they definitely ask about a lot about plants. Very little on about animals. Yes. Okay, can? Yes, it's the ovary. Very good. So you must mention that the ovary can still develop into a fruit. Okay, very good. All right, so let's write that down. Okay, so talk about the process and talk about how come it can still become a fruit. All right, so we can say that the pollen grains was transferred from the anther to the stigma before the male parts are removed. Okay? Rina, what do you mean by what does it mean? Then, what does what mean? Thus, talk about the process. Pollination occurred. And the flower will undergo fertilization causing the ovary to develop into a fruit. Okay, I'm going to highlight the key things. Pollen grains transferred, enter the stigma, pollination occurred, and then they can undergo fertilization. So the ovary can become a fruit. 2 marks question. That's why I need to write a little bit longer. Yeah, no problem. I'll wait. It's okay. Yes, very good. How you got the idea there? Good. So must first step by step. The first thing that must happen is the pollen grain transferring from the anther to the stigma. Okay, then talk about what is the process called. Talk about the next process that will happen, and then what happens when they go through this process. Ovary develop into a fruit. Okay. Yeah, this is P5. No, oh, Sec 2, no, A grader unfortunately didn't have secondary science. So Sec 2 science, what are you learning now? Ray models of light? Or you're learning the circuit? Or you're learning respiratory system, transport system? Forces and energy, didn't you learn that in Sec 1? You're learning forces of energy first, is it? In Sec 2. Ah, so you're learning the F equals to ma, is it? And E equals to mc square? No, is second. Oh, the rest of you, those are secondary school science. No, no, no. How it's even more advanced. You need to use math already. Secondary school science, you need to use math. There's a formula like to calculate force. Yeah, so you need to learn how to calculate force. Okay, everyone okay? Yes, yes, collection, lovely collection, but someone is copying. So I reply your messages when people are copying. Yes. Okay, everyone. Yes, there's math in science in secondary school. Okay, let's move on. Last one, and we have Kahoot. Everyone okay? It's an easy one. Okay, let's look at this one. Okay, what this Rina, what you're talking about? This will be tested as in what? This definitely will be tested in exams, like in P5. P6 also will test. So you wanna ask me anything when people are copying, I can reply y'all, okay? But as long as it's not inappropriate. Okay, let's look at this one. Okay, you're not done yet, Rachel. Okay, 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 Rachel, quickly, okay. Yeah, because you got Kahoot later. You let okay. Yeah, there's math in science in secondary school. Actually, now you also got learn math in P4 science got math what? Plus and minus. You know the matters and its three states. You need to calculate like the volume of air. Correct, right? You remember? Volume of air in a container, then you squeeze in some air and all that. Yeah, there's a bit of math also. Just at secondary school is even worse. Secondary school got fraction in science, okay? Okay. Why you look so okay? Anyone done? Done, Rachel? Okay, let's move on. Okay, let's look at this one. Okay, so okay, so let's look at this one. So y'all must be happy to be studying primary school science first. No lah. I don't think it'll be that complicated for secondary school science. In the math part is not very complicated. It's just divide times minus and plus. Yeah. Okay, everyone, let's look at this. The fraction also not that complicated. It's basic one. Okay. Okay, let's look at this one. Okay. So over here, the diagram below shows the growth of the seedlings of plants R, S, and T. Okay, they are found at different distances away from the parent plants. Okay, and based on the diagram above, they're asking which of the following would most likely be the fruits of plant R, S, or T, and you're supposed to fill in the boxes with the letters correctly. Okay, so let's look at the map first. Okay, let's look at the map first. Kahoot is after we finish this thing, the worksheet. Okay, so let's look at the map first. Can y'all tell me? Okay, look at the positions of the young, the plants carefully. Do it step by step. Can you tell me about the circle one? Based on the circle one, what method of dispersal? Find where's the circle? Where's the circle? Circles are all here, right? So what method of dispersal is this? What do you all notice? Splitting. Okay, why? Why splitting? How you know that it's splitting? Or how you know this explosive action? Okay, be careful during exam, right? Don't just write explosive. If you want to write explosive, you must write action beside. Because if you just put explosive, you're trying to tell the teacher the plant is explosive. It doesn't explode. And go kaboom like that, okay? It's explosive action. It's the action that's explosive. Okay? Cannot go far. Yes, you got the idea there. Very good. Okay, yes, very good, all of you. So over here, okay, what happened is you can see that plant R, they are near the parent plant. Right? So if they are near the parent plant, it means that they are dispersed by splitting. You cannot go far, right? Very good. Splitting or explosive action. Very good. So is splitting anything here? Yes, very good. Is any of the fruits by splitting? Okay, no, good. So okay, let's look at triangle. Can you tell me, oh, triangle, how do you think triangle are dispersed then? Any idea? You see triangle, right? On top of the parent plant also got young plant. On the right of the parent plant also have young plant. The left of the parent plant also have young plant. Diagonally of the parent plant also have young plant. Wait, you all think carefully. How come I see wind? You see, this is the parent plant. Look at the wind direction. The right of the parent plant also have the young. The right side, look at the wind direction. Yes, it's animals. You see, okay, it's always start from the parent. Okay, you see on top have the side, the left side also have, right side also have, diagonally also have. So you can see that it's like spread in all direction. It's randomly scattered. Okay, it's all direction. So in this case, okay, it is by animals. Okay, so which one here is by animals? Oh my, why you say oh my tian? Which of the fruit is by animals? Fruit 1 or fruit 2 is by animals? Yes, fruit 1. Why? It's because it has juicy flesh to attract animals to eat it. Okay, so yes, that will be S. Yes, it's very juicy. Good. Okay, then what about the diamond one? What do you notice about the diamond? Dispersed by what? Baby pink is not a good thing because when they are too near, that is a disadvantage of your splitting action. Okay, because they are too near, there is a chance of overcrowding and they'll start to compete. So it's not a good thing. Okay, but that okay, very good. It's dispersed by water. Why is dispersed by water? You see, it's all at the side of the river. Okay, the water source. Okay, can so it's located at the edge of water, so it's dispersed by water, and fibrous husk tells me that it's dispersed by water. Is water dispersal? The answer for T is at fruit 2. Very good. Good job. Okay, let me ask you one thing first, okay? That just now someone mentioned, right? Whether is this a good thing? It's not a good thing because there's overcrowding, right? But there is something good about splitting. Can you remember? It's starting, a lot of schools start to ask this question. What is good about splitting? I know splitting very bad. Wow, so near the parent plant, they will start to fight for all these things. Start to fight for water, space, sunlight, and minerals. But there's one thing that is good. Can you all remember? School paper, some school papers start to ask this type of question. Do you all know? Rina, yes, fruit too has fibrous husk, which means that it's dispersed by water. That's why it is tea. The sound? No. Does anyone know what's so good about splitting action? Do you know? Don't. Okay, let me verbally tell you. Okay, splitting action. The good thing is the good thing about explosive action. Okay, I know explosive action is not good because they're all near the parent plant. That's one thing that is bad. But there's an advantage. There's something good. The advantage of splitting is that they do not very good mean they do not need to wait for the animal to come and disperse their seeds for them. They do not need to wait for the wind to blow to disperse their seeds for them. They do not need to wait for water to come and disperse their seeds for them. So whenever they are ready, they just shoot and then the seeds can be dispersed. They do not need to wait. So that is a good thing. They do not need to depend on other agents or other factors to disperse their seeds. Okay, Ken? Okay, so this one must remember, okay, they do not, splitting action do not need to depend on other agents or factors to help to disperse their seeds. Okay, so they do not need to wait for them. Okay, yeah? Okay, so that's the advantage. Okay, must remember this, okay, common question, commonly tested question. All right, so everybody, let us do the Kahoot. Okay, let me share my Kahoot. Give me a moment. So happy, oh. My Kahoot so happy. Okay, anyway, let me give you the instructions first, okay? Hold on, ah. Okay, so everybody, all right, remember to join a Kahoot with your name. Okay, and if you're the top three winner, please screenshot your results. You know, when you're top three, they will show you are the first place, second place, or third place, right? Screenshot it. Okay, then after that, DM. Okay, send a direct message DM to us on TikTok. Okay, that is our handle. Okay, AGrader at AGrader LC. Okay, then send it, or you can send it to the number above. Okay, just take a picture of these instructions so you know what to do later on. Okay, Ken? All right. Yes, very good. Okay, so let me start. Okay, it's fine also. WhatsApp is fine also. Okay, y'all can join the game pin. I'll key in the game pin in the chat for you. Okay, you can join Kahoot using this game pin. Go Google Kahoot, join Kahoot game, enter the pin. I let me see. I can pin this up or not. Okay, I'll pin the comment so you all can see the pin number, the game pin. Okay. Hi, Charlene. Okay, I'll wait for a while more, and then I'll start. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, let me start. All the best. It's about your reproduction. Hi, Carissa. Reproduction, huh? Multi-select. I cannot tell you first. Just now I asked you all a lot of questions already. Eh? Hi. Okay, the characteristics of animal pollinated flower. Animal. Okay, they must be attractive to the animal. Okay, they must have large petals. The flower is scented, and the stigma must be sticky to stick the pollen grain like away from the animal's body. Okay. All right. Hanging outside is not hanging. Enter and stigma hanging outside are for wind pollinated flowers. Feathery stigma is for wind pollinated flowers. Dull colored is for wind because they don't need to attract any animals. Okay, Ken? All right. So good. Good try. Unborn baby. That is baby, okay? Baby. Okay. Okay. Yes, unborn baby forms after fertilization. This is don't choose germination, pollination, and seed dispersal. The one is for plants. The one is fruit form, not baby forming. Okay, can fruit is formed okay after pollination and fertilization for a plant. Okay, can so be careful. Okay, germination and seed dispersal is totally wrong, even if for a plant. Okay, can okay. Arrange the processes in order, starting from seed dispersal at the top. Drag. Seed dispersal, drag up to the top first. Then you arrange. What should happen next? Okay. Oh, most of you, okay, half of you got it correct. So remember, seed dispersal first, and after that, when the seed gets dispersed, right, the seed lands on somewhere suitable for growth, they will start to germinate. And when seeds germinate, they'll become young plant. These are all processes name, okay? So young plant ready will become adult plant. Adult plant has flowers. Flowers will go through pollination and fertilization, then become a fruit. Okay, so that's the sequence down. Okay, Ken? All right, so good. Okay. Look at the picture carefully. Hey, everyone got it correct. Very good. This one no score. This one no score. Okay, don't worry. This one no score. This is just for fun. This one no score. Okay. This is just a poll. Wow, a lot of you like. Okay, that's good. This one no score one. Okay, this one got score. This one got score. Which part makes pollen grains? Okay, so enter. Most of you got it correct. Hey, produce makes pollen grain means produce pollen grain. Pollen grain is a male reproductive cell. Okay, so it's the anther that produces the male reproductive cell of a flower, of a plant. Okay, so next. Okay, nobody, Ziman and Zulu is still at the top three. Okay, why got stigma? Stigma is pollination. Everybody must read the question carefully. Pollination occurs at the stigma. But now this question is asking for fertilization. Fertilization is the ovary. Okay? Okay, be careful, okay? Okay, nobody to Lu and Ziman. That's good. Which are the male reproductive cells? Can two R. The word R means that they have to choose more than one. Don't just choose one. Don't just choose one. They say multi-select already. Don't just choose one. They said multi-select. Most of you chose the correct answer, sperm and pollen grain. Very good. Don't choose egg and ovary. Egg and ovaries are female reproductive cell. It's okay. It's okay. The most important thing is to learn from it, okay? Okay, good. Can you remember what is sexual reproduction? This is the starting of reproduction. Sexual reproduction requires two parents. Okay, the male and the female. All right, so good. Okay. Okay. Next one, last one, true or false? All plants need pollinators. It's false. Not all plants need pollinators because take note, there are plants that are non flowering. They don't have flowers, so they don't need pollinators. So okay, so this is a false statement. All right, so okay, remember the top three. Get a screenshot of your answers, of not your answers, your position. Okay, okay, so congratulations, the three of you. Nobody, Ziman and George. It's okay. It's okay. The most important thing is you all learn from it. Okay, so good job. All right. Okay, so take a screenshot. Hurry up, take a screenshot. Okay. Yes, almost. Yes, that's the most important thing. You have fun and you learn from it. Question three is in which one of the Kahoot? You how you talking about the Kahoot? You how? Yeah, which one? The Kahoot question ah. Question three of the Kahoot. Which one? The unborn baby? Which do you remember which question is it? Because it's not in sequence. They jump up the questions. Seed dispersal. Which one? Oh, the puzzle. This one. This seed disperser is it? Okay, seed disperser. Okay, I show you. This one. You need to start from seed disperser at the top. So you how after seed dispersal, right? That means the seed is dispersed, right? The seed lands somewhere suitable for growth. So what happens after the seed land? The seed will start to grow, right? So if the seed start to grow means what? If the seed start to grow, the process is called germination. Yes, you have. That's why germination is the next one, the blue color one. Then after germination, okay, the seed will become young plant. Young plant will become adult plant, right? Adult plant will have what? Adult plant will have adult plant will have flowers, right? So flowers need to go through which two processes to become a fruit? Yeah. So you have pollination, fertilization, then you get a fruit, right? That's why it's this sequence. Yeah, you get it, Eddie? You have? Then after that, right, you will restart. Then after that, pollination and fertilization, you get a fruit. The fruit has seeds, then you restart back to the top. Seed dispersal, germination, pollination, fertilization, you restart again. Okay? Okay, no problem. Okay, yes. All right, so everybody, thanks for coming to the live. Okay, the next live will be for Primary 5 Math on next Tuesday at 7 p.m. Okay? Oh, here, no booklet. Okay, I just want to let you all know that we have our P4 to P6 March Holiday Booster Program. I'm teaching the P6 online class. Okay, so you all can take a look at our website for English, Math, and Science. All right, there's also physical classes for the P6. All right, so I'll see you all next month. Yeah, any questions? No more? Enjoy the rest of your Chinese New Year, okay? I know some of you still got visiting. Enjoy. Bye. No, I know. Okay. Bye. You're welcome. See you. Good night. Bye bye. Yes, 新年快乐. Okay, bye bye.